Hi, welcome to Booking a Gig with Manager Sal. I'm Todd and I'm here to show you how easy it is to book a job with Manager Sal. Let's take a fictional customer named Jim, and Jim goes to my website and he goes over to bookings to book a show. There's a contact form, a lead capture form that asks for his name and some basic information. And when Jim submits it, I get a copy of that, as does Manager Sal. Now, we're not going to use this form because this is actually on my website. We're going to use this one. And this pink box shows you what Manager Sal puts in automatically with one line of code on your website. As soon as you hit submit, I get that email as the business owner and I can call Jim back. So let's take a look at what this looks like in Manager Sal. First, we want to log in. In this case, I'm logging in the Manager Sal demo account. The password is password and the email is demo@managersal.com. You notice when we log in, there's a summary of our upcoming events and also a list of new leads. In this case, there are 2 new leads and one of them is from Jim. Why don't we give Jim a call and talk about the party? This is your typical booking situation. We have his name, his phone number, his email. I could also email him and we could have this conversation offline. Hey, how are you doing, Jim? This is Todd. Let's talk about your party. So now in Manager Sal, if I think that Jim is interested, I convert this to an event. I can delete the lead if it turns out that Jim is looking for a service. Oh, there's a missed call. For a service that I don't offer, or archive it if Jim isn't really going to be a customer of mine right now, but possibly in the future. When I convert it to an event, Jim is added as a customer and his event is logged in as a new event. Notice at the bottom the status is not booked, but we're going to pretend that it is booked by the end of this phone call. Manager Sal automatically filled in the date, which was March 1st, 2011, and the initial time, which was 6 p.m. It put it in as 1 hour. From talking to Jim, we can find out that maybe the party is 2 hours, and remember, it was Billy's 5th birthday. You control the categories, so I have a list of this pull down, and we put it in that it's Billy's birthday. How many of adults? Jim will say there's 10, say 25 kids. They're all about 4 to 6 years old. Jim is my contact information, or sometimes it might be Jim's wife or a party planner or anybody who you want. Now it comes to the heart of the booking process. Once we have the overview, the question is, what am I going to do? Well, from my list of predefined services, I can tell Jim about my birthday party show, a roving balloon artist, or anything that I do in my repertoire. So in this case, we'll say it's a balloon artist, and how about a clown show? Some printed comments say Todd will be your artist, which maybe is something that Jim was concerned about. Perhaps he saw me at an event. Jim's information is already put in as the customer. The venue is at his house. And now the heart of this booking process, the end, is the paperwork. Since this is a simple party, I'm not going to send out my default contract. It's a 2-pager. We're just going to do a simple agreement with a deposit. When is the deposit due? Let's make it's now February 13th, 2010. Why don't we make it due March 1st? So Jim has a year in advance. A $50 deposit, submit all tabs, and done. We're booked. Well, we're almost booked. You might notice that there's 2 things missing. The first thing is that Jim hasn't signed a contract, and second, it's not in my calendar. This is the client information page. This link. This is a link that I will send to Jim by copying and pasting it. So first, let's take a look at what this looks like. This is our generic page. Jim gets an email. Go to this page. Click on the agreement. All of a sudden, one page, Jim sees our contract. This simple contract is a who, which is Jim, a what, which is the balloon twister, a where, a how much, and the deposit. Jim can check off the box. He can sign it with Jim Cricket, submit it, and our contract is now booked. What was red is now green. And when we come back, we have to refresh the screen because it is on the internet. Notice that it's an official contract approved by Jim. If I want to put it on my calendar, you hit the download VCal, which automatically creates a special calendar file that any calendar can open. Microsoft Outlook, anything. I use iCal on the Macintosh. I add it to my gig calendar, and suddenly we have a cricket event on March 1st, 2011. It puts in the location, the time, who, what, when, where, and even the total payment history. So just like that, the gig is booked. We took Jim from a lead all the way to a contract, and also an event on my calendar. At any point, you can look at the contract, you can view it, you can print it, you can send it to anybody. You're set. Just go do the show and do a great job. Oh, and at the end of the show, you can put in your payments, and ManagerSal will record everything that Jim does for you. Hope you enjoyed this. Please visit ManagerSal.com, and I hope you like it.